Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some game. Anyway, today, channel update time. It is July 6th, 2013 at the time of this recording. When this video actually comes out, I do not know. But anyway, I know it's been over a year actually since I've done a channel update, according to the last video that I've recorded that says channel update in the title. And definitely, one of those things, a lot has changed, but at the same time a lot has stayed the same. So we'll go ahead and jump into this because I don't want to ramble, because I'm going to, because I have a lot to talk about, at the same time not a lot at all. First and foremost, let me go through the list of usual things, games that I have not finished / plan not finishing or what have you. First game, BioShock Infinite. I have recently, at least at the time of this recording, I have now on the scheduled uploader a bunch of videos for BioShock Infinite, and I have about another maybe 3 or 4 videos worth of content that I have yet to edit and render. So that is something to look forward to. So yes, I do plan on finishing BioShock Infinite. I need to move my keyboard here. Alright, hopefully you didn't hear that, so I'll make a note there. That was a clicking of my pen. There you go. Shout out to my pen. Secondly, Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2, as I've said before, is I remember reading one comment. Now, I don't get a lot of comments, so that's why I can pick out comments as I choose. That someone really liked my Borderlands videos, which I do appreciate. But for the most part, I don't think I'm going to be doing those much at all, if at all anymore, because obviously that was a dual commentary that was really dependent on myself and Banana Man, and he and I still talk. Don't worry. Shout out to you, Banana Man, if you're watching. But I just cannot coordinate a time, and I kind of keep forgetting that I even played that game now because it's been so long. So I don't really expect that to ever become any more, or any more videos of that coming out. But if you see something great, if not, I am sorry about that. That is one of many videos that probably will never be finished, unless, well, I'll explain that later. Alright, next on my list here in no particular order, Black Ops 2 campaign and the multiplayer. So obviously, I have not finished Black Ops 2 campaign just because I have not felt like playing Black Ops 2 in general, which kind of leads to the multiplayer. I have, I think on record, 1 multiplayer session. I've recorded a couple since then, but hasn't been really good, so I've trashed the footage for the most part. I haven't really played Black Ops multiplayer, or really why I haven't put any sort of COD multiplayer in general outside of those sessions with friends, just because, one, they've been received, my first Black Ops 2 session, I should say, for multiplayer, was received rather poorly, and that I actually got, you know, a couple more dislikes than I usually do on those videos, which means I got 1. So, and it happened pretty quickly too, so I was kind of hesitant as to put out any more, because I guess there aren't as many who found that as entertaining when I played by myself. So, I don't know if any more. I'm sure there will be in the future Black Ops 2 multiplayer stuff. It's just, especially with that game, for some reason, I cannot get a good gameplay on paper. I just cannot get a good KD. I just cannot seem to get good momentum. I have a couple times when I wasn't recording, but of course that's because I wasn't recording. And then for the campaign, I may finish that someday. Again, it's one of those definitely I don't knows. Fallout 3. Alright, so moving on to the next one, Fallout 3 here. That one I don't know. It's a fun game. I love playing it, but it's one of those that it can get a bit monotonous, can get a bit boring. And I don't know. I just haven't really felt like playing it as much. So I've been kind of wanting to finish BioShock Infinite, and because I'm busy between doing this and my real life job, that I can't, you know, I'm trying to avoid multitasking, because I found that if I try to multitask a lot of active projects, as most of y'all have seen, none of them get done. So right now my focus is to do BioShock Infinite, maybe sprinkle in some Call of Duty or some other video game. I'm not sure yet, but I'm just warning you now that Fallout 3 will probably be on a bit of a hiatus. Hopefully I will get back to that later. Alright, next one, Halo 2. I started Halo 2 many months ago. In kind of a preparation for Halo 4, I was going to play all 3 Halo games, but it took me way longer to get done with the first Halo than I wanted to, because I got stuck on some parts and got really annoying. Halo 2, I started playing. When I first played it, I didn't really, I don't know, I don't know if it was the control scheme or just because it was an older game, I just didn't enjoy it. I just didn't enjoy Halo 2 as much as I used to. I may finish that. I highly doubt that. That'll probably be something that gets put on the shelf, never to be seen again. Another one, Skyrim. I said that because actually I watched about half of my last channel update where I said that I was going to finish Skyrim. I honestly don't know if I'm going to finish Skyrim anymore, just because I'm really getting annoyed with those loading screens. The loading screens are ridiculously long, and just not even the editing, because I complained before about the editing portion of it, but now it's just the sitting there waiting for what seems to be like a minute to 2 minute loading screens is just too much for me, and I'm really getting sick of it. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish the main quest of Skyrim. And I know all of the DLC has been released for it finally, but at the same time, this game's been out so long, I don't really expect to get that many views on it anyway, so I'm pretty much putting the kibosh on that. Okay, Super Mario RPG. Now, Super Mario RPG was a game I started probably a little over a year ago. It feels like over a year ago now, but probably more like 9 or 10 months ago. And I took a break from it, and I was intending to get back to it, but I heard that Nintendo now has now made their own YouTube channel, or not made their own YouTube channel, but pretty much has not embargoed, but what's the word, that they'll put a claim on any Nintendo video now, it seems. I don't know how far back, so because of that, I'm not going to be uploading any more Super Mario RPG because they're going to claim it, and then any profits or any sort of views from that, or really any profits that are made from that, are going to go to them. And also, though, at the same time, I do want to avoid getting any sort of copyright strike. I don't know how that works, but when I heard that happened, not myself, but a lot of other YouTubers have pulled out of making any Nintendo videos, so because of that, I'm going to join them and probably not finish that one either. Okay, so right now we're doing okay. So out of all these, so far, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, I've said I was going to finish one and possibly finish another. That's... Jesus Christ, that's terrible. Okay, a couple other projects here. Oh, actually I want to talk about this. Halo 4 campaign. I have beaten the game, as I explained. I thought I explained before in some other video that I have beaten Halo 4. However, I did not record it because I essentially played the game with a friend. But nothing more was to that. And so, I don't know if I'm going to get back to it. I liked Halo 4. It was a fun game. Much more, I enjoyed that more than Halo 2. I don't know if I'll finish it, though, because I do remember there being some parts that really also irked me to the point, later on especially, where I'm just sitting there playing the same part for hours and hours. And in general, whenever there is a part like that that takes an extended amount of time, I'm not usually a big fan of playing it, just because I know it's not going to, in my opinion, possibly not turn out well as a video, or just me having to play that same part over and over again. Kind of like where I'm stuck at now with BioShock Infinite. You'll see what I mean with that. And then that kind of doesn't really lead to the multiplayer, but the reason I haven't recorded any other Halo 4 multiplayer is my Xbox Live account expired. And I didn't feel like investing another, how much is it, $60 for another year of Xbox Live, or however much it is, 60, 80, I don't fucking remember. But bottom line is, I never really used the Xbox. I'm more of a PlayStation person. That's just what I was raised on. And so, yeah, I just haven't renewed my Xbox Live account, so therefore, no multiplayer. But at the same time, no one's really requested it, so I'm not going to bother. Okay, so that's it for all the games. What I wanted to talk about now are a couple other things, or a couple of like side project games that I've done. Many moons ago, I started a Minecraft single player. I started on hardcore, where I would essentially just play the game, do little tasks, do what I could. But I don't know. I've said this, and I know I said this in an earlier video, but obviously I've gotten quite a few new subscribers since that last channel update, and I just want to kind of reiterate now that it was a little too stressful to record, and whenever I get stressed in certain parts of the game where I'm trying to focus on something, I get quiet, and there's long bouts of nothing, long silences. And if you're expecting to hear some sort of commentary or hear some sort of words from somebody, that doesn't mean anything when all you hear is dead silence. So I've pretty much stopped doing that. Also, for the most part, no one really likes watching those Minecraft single-player things if there's no mods or it's not an adventure map or anything of that nature. So I'm done with that. Okay, another one is this is probably over a year ago now. I asked my subscribers or fans or viewers or watchers or whoever, however you want to describe yourselves at the time, to make a Mass Effect 3 movie. Now what I meant by that was I was going to play the game kind of as a cinematic type style, which was going to be predominantly the cutscenes with a little bit of gameplay in between. That was the intention. However, as I started editing it, I was about maybe, because you know it's a very long game, and I was about maybe an hour in, and it was just way too much editing to do for a hobby while doing that and maintaining any sort of other normalcy on my channel. So I've pretty much stopped that. For those of you who've still been expecting that, I've pretty much stopped that. Now, so I'm very sorry for that. I said I was going to do it, but that one is just, I don't have the means right now to do that while trying to maintain the channel and also, you know, maintaining my other job. So that's unfortunate. I wanted to do it. I actually really enjoyed Mass Effect 3 after the extended cut DLCs. But unfortunately, it's just not my thing. So that's it when it comes to all the games or any sort of uncompleted work that I may have had. So to kind of summarize everything, I mean, I'm already 11 minutes in, but to kind of summarize everything, I'm going to finish BioShock Infinite and then kind of, I don't know what I'm going to do from there. But plan on finishing Fallout 3, or at least progressing more through Fallout 3. For the other games that I've mentioned, I may or may not finish, but remember there were various reasons for each of why I may or may not finish them, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'll probably just start something new, just because those games are a little bit older and, you know, I don't expect that many views. But on that, though, I want to ask you all a few questions here. A couple questions that I wanted to ask in regards to not the future of the channel, but something either you would like to see or just something if you don't mind me doing, or if you think, you know, you'll watch this or not. The first thing is, and this kind of goes into things I haven't finished, out of everything I mentioned so far, and I'll put, and in case you missed it, I'll put everything back in the description, are there any games you would actually like to see me finish? I'd say with the exception of Super Mario RPG, the Mass Effect 3 movie, the Minecraft single player, like I won't do those, but for any of the other games, and I'll just put those in the list, is there anything you'd like to see me finish? Like something's like, you know, you've been kind of waiting, not really waiting, but you're like, man, I remember one time when Buddha did that one gameplay of something, and I really wish he kind of finished that. Is there any of those you would like to see? And if I can, or if I feel like it, really it's going to be boiled down to, I will finish it. So that's kind of the first thing I wanted to ask. The second thing is, and that kind of goes off of what you want, like games I want to play and games I don't want to play. Would you all be interested if, for either like an entirely new game or one of these games that I haven't finished yet, if I just finish the game without any commentary? Meaning that, because I still play a lot of games. You know, I've been playing, for example, Final Fantasy 13 recently for some reason. And I have been playing some Black Ops without commentary, or I forgot what else I've been playing, but anyway, would you be interested if, instead of me trying to put a commentary to some of these games that I haven't finished, or any new games, just not do commentary? Essentially what I think the community calls, not really a let's play anymore, but what's called more of a long play, which is just a no commentary. I just go through the game from beginning to end, try to do as much as I possibly can, and you know, show everything and collect everything, do what I need to do. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that, and if you are, what games would you like to see that into something mainly something I'm working on now, or, which leads into my next question, something you would like to see in the future. Are there any games out that have either been out recently, or older games, or newer games, or in general, just any games that you would like to see me do a commentary over? I have a few in mind. I'm not going to announce them because in the past I've made many announcements about games that I'm going to play, and I end up not doing them, or they end up in this list of, oh, I'm going to start playing them, and then I never finish. So I want to know if there's anything you'd like to see. I don't want to say that I'm taking requests because I may not play that game anyway, but At least I know if it's something that I know people will want to see, whether it be me doing commentary or me not doing commentary over it. At least if you're willing to see it, then I'll be willing to play it. And then lastly, and it's been going 15 minutes here. By the way, I don't know what, as I've said many times, I have no idea what gameplay I have right now. If there is any gameplay, I hope. I got to make that at some point. And I want to give a shout out to Rachel Kipp. Rachel Kipp is one of the, for those of you who don't know who she is, link is in the description. She is, and we'll talk, and this is actually more discussed on her channel at some point when she puts up the video, that I was featured for her channel Spotlight, which is a series, not even a series, but videos she occasionally does that highlights on lesser known YouTubers that she finds interesting, or she likes their content, etc. and so forth. And she actually liked my content, and we've gone back and forth, and I made a video with her. And also, it's really been with her help that my subscriber count has increased quite a bit. I don't know from the last channel update, but I know I'm at now 480 and change, which I'm getting closer to 500, which is really, to me, an impressive mark, given what I, make. That I don't make, in my opinion, I don't make very high production videos. I just play video games and talk over them, and I haven't really pushed myself for publicity, but I'm definitely getting into networking now, meeting with Rachel, and hopefully I can meet with other YouTubers and possibly watch my channel grow from that point. But I want to give a big shout out to her because she has now helped me out, just like Camilla and Ibex have when they helped me start my channel, and then also with Junkyard, how he really promoted my channel. And shout out to Junkyard for, seeing a video from him finally. But I know he's been doing a lot of personal stuff. But, oh well, that's pretty much it. This is going 17 minutes now, and I really need to end this. So, to kind of summarize again, what I want to see from you guys is let me know if you'd be interested in no commentary videos, as in I'll just play a game without any commentary. This is probably kind of how I think how YouTube videos first started when it came to video games, was that. Would you be interested in seeing that on any of the games that I've started, or any new games that you would like to see? And other than that, shout out to, as always, to Camilla, Ibex, and Junkyard. But now, shout out to Rachel Kipp for really helping me along, watching my channel grow, and helping me move forward. And that is it. I apologize for this being such a long video, but thank you so much for watching and or listening, and I will see you all next time.